Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be checking out General Leo, who is going to be getting his rework, his F4 and BT weapons. And we're going to take a look at his kit, what he is about to gain, and why I consider him to be a very strong character for single target fights. Now I know that we may not have many single target fights throughout the lifespan that this game has been out, but regardless of that, like, he can still be used in a few different ways, which I'll get into here in this video. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, if you're going to be pulling for the general himself, or if you're going to be holding out until a future banner. Feel free to let me know. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. A big thank you to all of my YouTube members for further supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys greatly. If you ever thought about becoming a member of the channel, you can either click the first link in the description below or hit the join button below for details on what perks you gain for becoming a member of the channel. And remember that anything that I do get from you guys, all of my supporters, does go back towards the content that I make towards the channel. And a thank you ahead of time if you do decide to become a member. So we'll first start off with General Leo's rework. So his skill 1 now deals 6 HP attacks that inflicts the precision strike debuff on target for 6 turns. His skill 2 deals 8 HP attacks that allows for 150% stolen max brave overflow with 50% splash damage and delays the target by 2 turns. His EX buff, Gestalian Loyalty, adds a 50% stolen brave damage up and increases brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt per attack. His LD now deals 7 HP attacks that delays the target by 2 turns, inflicts the precision strike debuff on the target for 6 turns. Now with Steiner as his partner, Leo's FR deals 5 HP attacks that delays the target by 3 turns and inflicts the precision strike debuff to target for 6 turns. His FR conditions are as follows: a 30% increase whenever a teammate deals brave damage to a single target, a 45% increase whenever a teammate attacks an enemy afflicted with the precision strike debuff. Now his BT effect lasts for 8 turns and provides the following: a 50% party brave damage up, a 50% party brave damage cap up, a 30% HP damage cap up. Now whenever anyone on the team attacks a target afflicted with the precision strike debuff, it will trigger Leo's new follow-up attack, and that follow-up attack deals 4 HP attacks. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for the General himself. Now General Leo, he is a strong utility single target DPS support. So when it comes to utility, he is able to delay, he is able to provide fixed HP damage to his teammates. Most of his attacks are going to be single target based with some splash damage, but like mostly it is going to be focused on single target. So taking him into single target fights, or even just having him in the team in general to take advantage of his utility and the support that he now provides, wouldn't be a bad thing as well. When it comes to the support wise, now that he is going to be getting his BT, he's going to of course be supporting the team with the BT effect that he's about to get. Of course, he is able to brave battery with a few of his skills as well. So he has a lot to his kit, but now with the upgrades that he is going to be getting, his damage output is actually really good for what he does offer. His FR is 100% solely for single target fights, or if you want to use it for FR Echo, you can do that as well. When it comes to like percentages and whatnot, whenever you are attacking a single target enemy, you will roughly get between like 75 to 85%. It just depends on what's going on with the fight, so on and so forth, but you'll roughly get about that number. Now his BT effect is where the prize comes in, because like his BT effect provides him with a consistent damage when attacking the target with Leo's debuff. That precision strike debuff is going to be very important whenever you have him in team cons, because it allows him to trigger his follow-up attack after anybody attacks the target with that debuff inflicted onto them. So like with that follow-up, that's just more follow-up damage that you are able to gain, especially if you have other forms of follow-up damage on your team. Then you already know that you are going to be getting a consistent amount of follow-up damage with his BT effect. Now, one thing that I do want to say, because and I mentioned this in my pool planning, my pool planning video, was the fact that we just recently had a character who also has a follow-up attack that he gains from his BT effect, which is Noctis. Both these two characters, when it comes to Leo, his is mostly going to be focused on single target, while Noctis, while you have his BT effect active, like he will attack after anybody attacks a target. It's not really a requirement when it comes to Noctis. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like there are going to be some players who will probably mention it in the comments below, talking about that Noctis is a little bit better when it comes to meeting the conditions to gain that follow-up attack. The thing is though, with Noctis, if you are planning on spamming FR Echo, you are going to gain that warp step buff, which allows you to pretty much consistently act over and over, so long as you have that buff active, so long as you are providing that buff over and over, whether it be with the 2 FR Echoes, whether it be with his LD ability, etc, etc. So because of that, you already know that his BT effect being short at 6 turns compared to Leo's at 8, with that warp stack active and you're granting it every time you're using FR Echo or his LD, I feel like you are going to lose that effect of his and the follow-up from his BT effect much quicker compared to General Leo. Because with General Leo, he's not providing that type of buff to make it so that everybody is acting consistently. All he does is like, he is right there providing what he does, and he is ready to attack whenever you are attacking somebody with that debuff. So when you take a look at General Leo, it just depends, or if you compare the two, like it just depends on what it is that you're wanting to get. Like let's say if you already have Noctis and you are comfortable enough with the follow-ups that you are going to be getting from him, I would say you can probably hold off on General Leo. But if you think that it may be an issue with that, it's not really like a big issue. It's just kind of like there for you guys to know, like hey, the possibility of this can actually happen, then a General Leo will probably be a better fit for you. Now of course, General Leo is more solely focused on single target fights, but you still can technically make him work whenever you are going up against 2 enemies. If you're going up against 3 targets, then you are gonna have a bad time because of the fact that you have to consistently inflict said target, one of the 3 targets, with his debuff to trigger his follow-up attack. When it comes to 2 targets, it's a little bit easier because you can focus on one, then you go to the other, and as you are doing that, you are building up the HP damage bonus. So you already know that you're gonna make up that damage that you didn't do onto one target onto the other whenever you switch the debuff placement. So like you can definitely make him work with 2 targets. Now he's not going to be the best choice whenever you are going up against a boss who cleanses debuffs or does not allow any debuffs to be inflicted onto them. General Leo would probably not be the best choice for that, and you'd probably have to rely on somebody else. So overall, what do I think about General Leo? He is, again, a strong utility single target DPS character with some support. With him gaining the follow-up attacks that he now has with his BT effect, I do find him to be a very, very good 3rd slot unit. Now, is he necessary? I would say not 100%. Like, he is another character that is just going to be bringing follow-ups after anybody attacks an enemy. And of course, whenever you're attacking an enemy with his debuff, then it'll trigger that follow-up attack. But we have had so many follow-up attackers nowadays that if you feel comfortable enough with the follow-up attackers that you currently have right now, I would say General Leo could be an easy safe skip. For any newer players, if you are missing out on any characters, or if you don't have any characters with that does not provide any follow-up attacks, I would say General Leo is a really good pick to really consider pulling for. I will say that in my opinion, when it comes to viability, like how is he in current Shinryu and JP, I do feel like like he is doing just fine. I actually used them not too long ago whenever we went up against Neo XDev, if I remember correctly, and he did just fine with the number of follow-up damage that I was receiving after everybody was attacking, because XDev was the only target on the team, so best believe I was enjoying the fact that that his follow-ups was dealing a very good amount of damage. And for those who are curious, the follow-up attack does scale with the force time. So for any newer players, if you are needing a follow-up attacker, then he is a really good choice to consider pulling for. But other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.